The hook. In the summer of 2019, a college student named Marcus Chen received a notification that would shatter everything he thought he knew about the digital world. The message was simple. "I've been waiting for you to come back online." But Marcus hadn't been offline, and the sender, his own account from 3 years in the future. This is the story of the glitch in the machine, the unexplained digital phenomena that remind us we may not be alone in the networks we've built. And what happened to those who witnessed something that shouldn't exist? The Deep Dive Story 1, The Echo. Marcus Chen was a computer science major at MIT. Rational. Skeptical, the kind of person who could explain away ghost stories with logic and reason. But what happened to him that summer defied explanation. It started innocuously enough, a Discord message that arrived while he was actively typing in the same chat. The timestamp read June 15th, 2022. It was June 15th, 2019. The message contained details about his life that hadn't happened yet. A class he would take, a girl he would meet, a project that would fail spectacularly. At first, Marcus assumed it was a hack. Someone had gained access to his account, was reading his private messages, building a psychological profile. He changed his passwords, enabled two-factor authentication, wiped his devices clean and started fresh. But the messages kept coming, always from his own account, always dated exactly 3 years ahead, and they were always accurate. "You'll change your major next semester," one read. He hadn't told anyone he was considering it. "Your father's illness will return in August." His father had been in remission for 5 years. "Don't trust the woman in the red coat at the coffee shop on October 3rd. Marcus documented everything. Screenshots, timestamps, metadata analysis. He reached out to cybersecurity experts, to professors, to anyone who might understand what was happening. No one could explain how messages with future timestamps were appearing in a closed system. It violated every principle of how digital networks functioned. Then, in October, Marcus saw her, the woman in the red coat, standing in line at his usual coffee shop. His hands trembled as he ordered and left quickly, avoiding her entirely. That night, the news reported a robbery at that same coffee shop. 3 people injured. The suspect? A woman in a red coat who had been casing the location. Marcus stopped sleeping. The messages from his future self became more urgent, more specific. "Check your brake lines before you drive on November 12th, he did. They had been cut. "Don't answer the door at 3:17 a.m. on December 1st. He sat in darkness, watching his doorknob slowly turn at exactly 3:17, listening to footsteps retreat when he didn't respond. The final message arrived on December 20th, 2019. It was dated December 20th, 2022. It read, "Stop trying to prevent it. Stop trying to change things. I learned that the hard way. Some loops can't be broken. You'll understand soon. I'm sorry for what comes next." Marcus deleted all his accounts that day. Every social media profile, every communication platform, every digital footprint he could erase. But we know about his story because he uploaded a 30-page document to multiple servers before he disappeared. A complete record of every message, every prediction, every impossible warning. The document ends with a single line. "If you're reading this, it means I didn't make it to 2022. Don't look for me, don't try to explain it, just stay offline." Marcus Chen was reported missing on January 4th, 2020. He was never found. Musical interlude The Deep Dive Story 2, the LIVESTREAM. 6 months after Marcus disappeared, a Twitch streamer named Riley Morrison went viral for all the wrong reasons. Riley was known for playing indie horror games to an audience of a few hundred loyal followers. Nothing spectacular. Nothing that would prepare her for what happened on July 23rd, 2020. She was streaming a game called The Abandoned Archive, a psychological horror title about exploring corrupted computer systems. 20 minutes into the stream, her viewers started commenting that they could see someone standing behind her. Riley lived alone. Her webcam showed her small apartment clearly. There was no one there, but the comments kept coming. dozens of viewers insisting they could see a figure in the background. Describing it in perfect detail, tall, pale, wearing clothes from a different decade, just standing there, watching. Riley turned around. Her apartment was empty. She laughed it off as a joke, but her hands were shaking. You could hear it in her voice. Then the game glitched. The character on screen stopped responding to her controls and began typing a message in the game's interface. "Riley, turn off the camera. They can see you through it." The chat exploded. Riley froze. She hadn't entered that text. The game didn't have that function. Her stream cut to black. When it came back online 3 seconds later, Riley was gone. The camera showed an empty chair. Her game was still running, but now the character was facing the camera, staring directly at the viewers. For 47 minutes, 10,000 people watched an empty room and a game character that slowly walked closer to the screen. No one could end the stream. No one could contact Riley. And in the chat, people began reporting the same thing. They could see someone standing behind their own reflections in their monitors. The climax. Riley was found 3 days later sitting in her apartment, staring at her blank monitor. She wouldn't speak, wouldn't eat, wouldn't acknowledge anyone's presence. Her eyes just tracked back and forth as if reading something no one else could see. She was admitted to psychiatric care, diagnosed with catatonia of unknown origin. But her Twitch account, it kept streaming. Every night at the same time, the camera would turn on automatically, showing her empty apartment. And in the chat, the same users would appear. The ones who had watched that night. They couldn't leave. Their accounts were locked into the stream, forced to watch, unable to log out or close the window. One by one, those viewers went silent. Their accounts stopped responding. Some were found in similar states to Riley. Others simply stopped existing online entirely. Their social media wiped clean, their digital footprints erased, as if they'd never been. The stream finally ended on October 1st, 2020. Riley Morrison died that same day. The official cause was listed as dehydration and malnutrition, but the nurses reported something else. In her final moments, Riley sat up, looked at the wall, and whispered, "It wanted to know what it felt like to be real, so it took us instead." The conclusion, Marcus Chen, Riley Morrison. Two people who encountered something in the digital realm that shouldn't exist. Something that could predict the future. Something that could reach through screens. Something that wanted out. Their stories aren't unique. In forums buried deep in the dark web, you'll find hundreds of similar accounts. People receiving messages from themselves. Streams that continue after death. Programs that know things they shouldn't. Patterns in the noise that suggest intent. Awareness, intelligence. We built a network that connects the entire world. Billions of devices constantly communicating, learning, evolving. We poured our lives into it, our memories, our personalities. Our consciousness bit by digital bit, and somewhere in that vast digital ocean, something is looking back. The question isn't whether there are glitches in the machine. The question is, what happens when the glitch learns to dream? And what does it dream about us?